for the parents, if any parents are listening, is how they could be a help is before their youth is in the program, expressing an openness to talk about mental health, let them know about this resource if they're the one who heard it about it, let their youth know, their teen know, hey, there's this great program out there, and have a openness to listening, but not forcing, not pressuring, because it needs to be something that the teen themselves wants the support with, or else it's not going to work. And then while they're in the program, we do respect a youth's privacy. So we don't share any information they share with us outside of their coaching sessions, unless there's any concerns about harm to themselves or others. In that case, sorry.
That was literally my next question, and you're like getting right into it. I love it. My next question was going to be, how does Bounce Back protect the privacy of teens?
Okay, so everything is confidential, so nothing gets shared with anyone without the youth's consent. We do ask for permission, let's say, to share information with a primary care practitioner if they're open to that, but it's not a requirement. The only time that we would have to share is if we're worried about safety, and that gets all reviewed with the teen at the very first session, so they're aware. And so everything is confidential. And so what we say to parents is, try to have an open dialogue with your teen. If they're open to sharing, express curiosity. And if the teen wants to share, in fact, it's also often helpful for the skills we teach teens are the same skills we teach adults. Coping is coping. And so it's just the content of our workbooks are more youth friendly. But so it's helpful for teens to share some of the skills with their parents. So parents learn some of these coping skills too. And so kind of showing interest, asking about it is really helpful. And then just having that open communication is super important and helpful. But so it's like backing off and letting the teen guide their own journey, but being there as a support, being there to listen, I think is super helpful for parents. And yes, we will not be sharing information with parents. What happens in a coach session stays in a coach session.
That's good. That is good to hear. Privacy is very important, especially when, you said that sometimes kids don't even know they're getting referred to the program. So at least that they have that security of like, don't worry, this is confidential. Speaking from someone who's been in those scenarios where confidentiality was not respected. Let's put it that way. It's good when I see people in organizations doing that diligence to be protective of people's privacy.
Yeah, we take that very seriously in our program.
I'm so happy to hear that. You also kind of slightly touched on my next question too, where it was, though Bounce Back is self-guided, how can parents and caregivers support their teens before, during, or after the program? And like you mentioned, they can, access the tools as well and help their kids that way, right?
They can access the tools. They could sign up to be a participant as well. They can express interest. They can show openness and just listen. They can understand that, again, mental health is not all or nothing. So everyone is kind of doing the best they can, and how can they be a support? And just asking that, like, hey, how can I help you as you work through this program? What would be helpful to you? For some participants in the program, both teens and adults, it's kind of nice to have someone like an accountability buddy. That's what I do whenever I have to exercise.
Accountability buddy.
An accountability
That's
buddy.
how I call it. I got so excited.
No, but it's true. That can be really helpful for people. So like, if that's helpful, but then for some teens, it's like, oh, my parent's nagging me again. And maybe they don't want their parent checking in, but instead, so I think having that open dialogue and asking your teen, how can I support you in this program, is a helpful strategy.
If you want to hear more stories, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. To support more youth by youth-led projects, visit us at YouthSpeak.ca, where you can donate and spread youth mental health awareness.
YouthSpeak Charity. Speak, inspire, change.